Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to take a look at what's going to happen to Priest in the standard rotation. Priest is going to undergo yet another major change. They just had Priest rework last year and clearly they have not been happy with that, because now with the new core set coming, basic and classic set rotating out of standard, Priest is in for some major changes yet again. From their current basic and classic set, Priest is losing a lot of this stealing stuff. They're losing Shadow Madness, Cabal Shadow Priest, they're even losing Mind Control, which is an iconic spell. They're also losing Inner Fire, finally. Divine Spirit already went earlier, so no making a single big minion and punching into the face. And they're losing their ability to silence, with Silence and Mass Dispel both rotating out of the standard format. Priest is of course also losing 1 year's worth of expansions, so from Calagon's Awakening, Priest is going to be losing Cleric of Scales, which actually has seen quite a lot of play. There have been these Priest decks with some kind of dragon package and a Cleric of Scales to tutor for spells, and that's going to go away. Aeon Reaver is also going away, although that didn't really see play anyway. Descent of Dragons was an extremely powerful expansion, and it was extremely powerful for Priest as well, because Priest is one of the classes that got a Galagrond card. And Galagrond Priest infinite value, that has been the dominant way to play Priest for much of the past year, not always but for much of the time. Also Breath of the Infinite, an excellent early board clear. Warzone the Infinite, great value card, allowing you to do a swing turn in response to your opponent's swing turn. Mind Flayer Karsh, perhaps the strongest 3-drop in the game, very powerful 3-drop, and Grey Rune that is sometimes used in Resurrect Priests. So all of these are going away now. And that's not all that Priest is losing. From Saviors of Uldum, Priest is losing many of the tools that Resurrect Priest used to use. Obviously Activate the Obelisk, the quests are gone, so Quest Priest is gone. It wasn't seeing much play lately anyway, but now it cannot be used anymore. Penance, another really good early removal spell, is gone. Then Psycho Pump, a core card in Resurrect Priest decks, and Center Waterbearer that sometimes saw play in those decks as well. High Priest Tamet, and Plague of Death, the most powerful board clear in the game, that not only destroys everything but also silences them, so also gets rid of all the death rattles. And while Rise of Shadows was not a very strong expansion, it was good for Priest, because Priest got all of these tools from Rise of Shadows. Mass Resurrection, some trade from the Minister Darkness game, Katrina Muerte, Convincing Infiltrator, some key cards from Resurrect Priest. Also, Unsleeping Soul, a Silence Priest card, was from that expansion, so now we're getting a bit of Silence Priest support in the core set. Some Silence Priest support from expansions is going away. Madame Lassol is also leaving, strong legendary that allows you to get cards from your opponent, and Lassol's Scheme that was instrumental in allowing some of those stealing effects to happen. Also, Zephyrus the Great is leaving, so even though Priests didn't have their own class-specific Highlander synergy card, Highland Priest saw a lot of play, and that is no longer going to be a thing. Of other Priest meta decks, I suppose some people will have a smile on their face when they look at this one. This is what Big Priest is looking like. Resurrect Priest looks even worse. Resurrect Priest just loses everything, whereas Big Priest, I mean, they get to keep Idol of Yashuraj and Blood of Guhun. But with no Mass Resurrections, no Katrina Muertes, just so many things gone. It's really hard to see how this Resurrect archetype of Priest could work at all after the rotation. And I guess that's kind of a good thing, right? Another Priest archetype that sees play right now is this sort of Cthulhu Illusia Priest, especially in some parts of Legend where there's a lot of OTK Demon Hunters, because then you can incite your Illusia and go from there. And that Incite Illusia package is still here. That's still available for Priest. Priest is losing the value package, which was based around Galagrond in this deck, so all of the Galagrond support cards are gone. But in theory, you could still have Illusia, you could still have Cthulhu, maybe you could still have enough spells to make this strategy work, if there is a deck that you would target with this. And if there isn't, one of the packages that will remain in standard format is this Rally package. Setek Veilweaver, Nasmani Bloodweaver, generate random stuff, make it cheaper, Rally to bring this back to life. The current Rally Priests are losing all of this Dragon package, but if they can find some different package to replace the dragons with, then this could still be a viable archetype. Finally, Corrupt Priest can be a thing. Corrupt cards are all remaining, and Priest has some excellent Corrupt cards that discount other cards in Dark Inquisitor Xanish and Insight. So the currently most played Corrupt Priest uses these mid-cost minions, they don't use clowns, but there's no reason why it couldn't be a clown priest with Yashuraj. I actually played a deck like that briefly after the miniset came out, and it was quite successful in that specific meta. In addition to these, Priest is getting some tempo cards in the core set, so maybe there's some way to build a tempo Priest, but we really need to see Forged in the Barrens before we can properly evaluate that. So Priest is losing a lot of stealing is gone, but not everything. Cabal Acolyte still remains. The Highlander support is gone, so Highlander Priest is no longer a thing. All the Resurrect support is gone, so Resurrection is no longer a thing. But there are still things that Priest can do with Rally, with Corrupt minions, and maybe with Tempo minions. Priest has seemed difficult for Blizzard to grasp, and it's getting reworked over and over again, but maybe, once we see Forged in the Barrens, we will find out where Priest is actually going. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.